Hello and welcome back to KDP A to Z, where I'm telling you how to make money passively online by self-publishing books on Amazon's platform, which is called KDP. Now, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about trademark, which is a very important topic that I haven't covered yet. But first of all, let me show you previously what I discussed about copyright. Now, there is a significant difference between copyright and trademark. So basically, the difference being anything that you write down in a paragraph, sentence, that sort of thing, anything that you write down is immediately copyrighted, regardless of whether you write a copyright instruction inside your book or not. And it's all covered by international law. And that is going to last until at least after you die and another 50 years, usually. Depends on the country. So copyright is something you don't need to worry about massively. You can always put in copyright instructions inside your book to cover yourself. But trademark is something completely different. And one thing I did mention in that video was that titles, book titles, cannot be copyrighted. So lots of different people can have the same title of book. Unfortunately, these titles can be trademarked. Now, if you then copy somebody's trademarked title, you'll be in trademark infringement, and that can get you banned from Amazon. So that's really important to know and understand a little bit about trademark. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about what is trademarked, how you can check if something is trademarked or not, and how to protect yourself the best way. Now, if this is something that interests you or you find it useful, do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. You'll find them really useful in setting up your accounts and getting started with KDP. So first of all, what is a trademark? So this is a pretty good description of it. It's a type of intellectual property which consists of a recognisable sign, design, or expression. Now, the one thing to note about trademarks is that they do have to be applied for. It's not like copyright, it's not automatic. So somebody actually has to go and register a trademark in a country that they're living in or wherever they want that country to uphold the law about their trademark. So that means that something that is trademarked in the United Kingdom might not necessarily be trademarked in the United States. So there's a few really obvious ones that are definitely trademarked across the world. So we've got ones like Where's Wally, Star Wars, Disney, Lego. Basically, if it's as famous as these brands, it's going to be trademarked. So just don't touch them if that is the case. But where is it that you can find something that's quite maybe not so common? And how do you find out whether it is trademarked or not? Now, the website that I always use to check this is called TMview. So to get started on this website, you just need to type in what you're searching for into this search bar. So we're going to check whether Star Wars is actually trademarked. And we're going to press search. So on the left-hand side, or sort of in this middle, under trademark name, that will give you the expression or the phrase or sentence or title or group of words that is actually trademarked. And you can see here that trademark for Star Wars is in here 1,146 times. And that's because it has to register a trademark, remember, in each and every country it wants it to be upheld. Now, a little bit further along, we've got the trademark office here. So this will tell you which country this trademark applies to. But if you're thinking, oh, I only want to really publish it in the United Kingdom, you can go on to the very left-hand side here and you can click on the United Kingdom. And then we apply here. Now we can see that that has narrowed it down significantly. We've only got 58 results now. And remember, it's had to apply for all of these in different periods of time, for example, because trademark usually only lasts for about 10 years. And also, it is categorized completely differently depending on what they don't want you to reproduce. Now, without going into too much detail about the nice classification of trademark, there is a need for them to be classified differently because you imagine that they are going to be only using very small amounts of words, symbols, etc. so that it'd be difficult for something that was a chemical product to also be classified as, say, a piece of machinery. And there's all these different classes. So the one that we want to really worry about in regard to KDP is classification 16, and that refers to paper, cardboard goods, and cardboard and goods made from these materials. So when we're talking about books, we need to be concerned about whether or not the trademark has been registered with a classification or class of 16. So if we go back to TMview, we can see here that Star Wars has been registered as a trademark under the class 16, which is paper and cardboard products, registered in the United Kingdom. That means we cannot touch Star Wars at all in regards to a book. So if you're thinking about doing a Star Wars colouring book, joke book, anything like that, just rule it out now, because it will get you banned. Now let's have a little look at Where's Wally, because that's quite an interesting one. So it's only got 7 registered trademarks within the entire world. So this is a completely international view, this TMview, and it will cover the entire world of trademarks. But you can see that's a bit unusual for something so famous as Where's Wally to only have 7 trademarks. And if we look down here, we can see there's nothing to say that the United States has a trademark. So that's good. We could probably do a book in the United States. And in the United Kingdom even, it has no class 16 classification. So you would think that would mean that you can use it. But unfortunately, it is registered under this one, which is saying WIPO. Now, if we check what that actually is, it's the World Intellectual Property Organization. So that sort of trumps anything in the whole world. So if it's classed as World Intellectual Property, you cannot definitely use it, because that has been registered across the entire world, and that has been registered with class 16, and that rules that out. So don't just check the countries that you're going to be publishing in. Make sure you check and make sure that there's not any World Intellectual Property Organization rights. So do double check that always, and it will be on this left hand side right at the bottom of the list. If we go for something a little bit more obvious, let's go for Minecraft. We know that this is trademarked. Don't use Minecraft, please, in any of your books. Now you can see here it's got 24 different countries that this has been listed in. And yes, it has been classed under the World Intellectual Property Organization. So please don't use it. But if we want to look at that in a bit more detail and just make sure that that is not okay to be used in our books, we can see these are all the ones that are registered under the World Intellectual Property. And you can see here that Minecraft, just as on its own, is registered across the world and it under class 16. So that does mean that you cannot produce any books at all. It's trademarked. Don't touch it. So this is the easiest way to check anything that you want to check. So for example, if I wanted to make a puzzle book and I wanted to call it Puzzling Times, let's have a look and see if this is registered. I bet it is. Oh, it's not. I could use that one. So this is showing me that it was only ever registered in the United States and that trademark has actually ended. So that would mean that it'd be okay to call your puzzle book Puzzling Times if you wanted to. So it's a really good way of making sure that your title is safe to use. So let's just summarize quickly what all these tables mean. So on the very left-hand side here, you can search for the country that you're looking for. Remember to search right down to the bottom and check if there's anything for WIPO. The main boxes that you'll be ticking would probably be the United States if WIPO is not there, and United Kingdom, which is just up the middle here. I don't know why it's not in alphabetical order, but it is just there under France. And then make sure you apply that. This trademark name here will tell you specifically what is actually trademarked. So you cannot use Lego, even if you were going to use it with something different like Lego mates, for example, not Lego friends, because that'll definitely be trademarked. But say you wanted to put something on the end of it, just don't use it because that whole word is trademarked. Now, the goods and services, we want to make sure that it is not trademarked under class 16. So here you can see here, class 16, but it's expired. So we check a bit further down, class 16, expired, class 16, registered. That's now ruled us out. Okay, once you see class 16 registered, you can't use that keyword. I hope you found my video useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel and press the notifications bell so that you can be notified every time I make a new video. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Bye.